Hey yo, man. I'm gonna keep saying this shit until people get it in their heads that this is what. Hold up, give me a second.
All right. I'm gonna keep saying this shit so people realize this is what we need to be doing. This is what we need to be doing. F everything else. F all that conventional shit. This is what we need to be doing. This is how we need to be playing. I ain't roll it, man.
Brooklyn Nets basketball fans, tap in with Leaf Diggy, the home of Nets visuals. Every Nets game, Leaf is live with play-by-play, instant reactions, player breakdowns, injury updates, and real basketball analysis from the tip-off to the final buzzer. Nets visuals brings you the energy, the insight, and the full game experience. And when the Nets game is over, the hoops talk keeps going with Leaf is the lead, covering NBA and WNBA scores, recaps, news, rumors, and the biggest stories around the game. Leaf is a part of the Aboriginal Sports Network, but Leaf is also where you get the full experience on his personal channel, Leaf Diggy. So subscribe today. And that's visuals, Leaf is the league, Brooklyn basketball, and league wild hoops coverage, all in one place. Leaf is the league. Subscribe.
I'm not gonna say shit.
Y'all already know what time it is, man. Hit the like, share, subscribe button on your way in and out the door. Um, this is just my thoughts, man. This is just my thoughts, man. And this is really just all about this season and the fact that a lot of what we know this year, the Nets are not necessarily all in on a highly favored roster or a roster that looks the part, which is one of my reasons for having this basically saying what I've been saying, and I'm not moving off of it. I don't give a shit about no log jam. I don't give a shit about I don't care about none of that other stuff, man. I need to let it be known right off the rip, bro. Like, this is how we need to be playing. Our best chance at winning, at competing night in and night out is with the lineup of Julius Randle, MPJ, Michael Brown Jr., Diego de Bed, and Danny Wolf. This episode ain't gonna last too long, man. I'm not gonna feed into nothing. But this is just my thoughts, man. Like, I can't I don't understand how a lot of people don't see this. It's to me that this is very, very simple. This is extremely, 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 extremely simple, bro. Like, very, 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 very simple. And I don't know whether people or getting in, or like looking somewhere else, and they looking for something that we don't have, or I don't know, man. I don't know, but I'm gonna play a video. I don't know if people want to hear the video or whatever. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear it because I'm gonna just play it. I'm gonna just yeah, I'm gonna get right to the nitty gritty, man. Nitty gritty, bro. This video is probably like 7 months old, and hold on, let me dig into my history because I know I have a video in like the history follicles of what I've been watching. Um, all I can say is, man, like I think we owe it to ourselves to give it a lot of chances. And I'm gonna play this video real quick and everything, man. Man, shout out to who put this video up. I think what was it like 2 weeks ago, and it says the NBA's most unique parentheses and flawed experiment. And it could be either or, but I don't care. I want to go all in on it. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to John. Shout out to my man Big Fan Breezy, man, the man, the myth, the legend. Make sure y'all go subscribe to Big Fan Breeze, from the Brooklyn Nets vlog. Make sure y'all go subscribe to that page. That's the page that I'm using. We a lot of Nets fans usually on. A lot of our media circle. If you don't find us in Twitter Spaces, you can find us in the Big Fan Breezy podcast. Because we looking forward to seeing what we can do this year. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you also go subscribe to that. But I'm gonna say this one more time, man. I don't give a shit about no log jams. I don't give a shit about no positioning because we clearly didn't prepare our roster for no real positioning. All up and down. I am focused on the roster as is. I'm not asking for no trades. I'm not seeing if we can do any trades. I'm no longer doing that shit. I'm no longer doing it. All I know is an opportunity, bro, and an opportunity is basically like all you could really ask for at this point. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. It is what it is. It really is what it is, and I can't. Don't. There's nothing really realistically like to really go over anymore, man. I am all in on the bullshit. Yep, I'm all in on it. The reason why is because this is what our front office is doing. And if it mess around and work, everybody gonna be sitting there like, oh shit, man. I mean, what if you had? Everybody's still gonna try to add imaginary pieces to it. The reality of this situation is that somehow, some way, you have to build the morale or build the potential value of these players. Has to build. You can't just like we can't just keep drafting and keep dumping players. You gotta put these players out there and they gotta be like as bad as this roster is. You gotta put these players out there. Yes, I even said it. Danny Wolf is unique and he is also flawed. I don't care. Put him out there anyway. So what? Cue the damn video, man.
bigs in today's NBA have on-ball skills.
Let me know if y'all can hear the video, bro. I don't know if y'all be able to hear it. I will put the mic on. Dot, 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 dot. Hold on. I don't know if y'all be able to hear. Hold on. Give me a second.
But there's just one who truly can play like a point guard, and that's second-year Brooklyn forward Dan Wolf. He was an enigma. He has an elite shot creation package, but is inefficient. Has great passing vision, yet can also be a turnover machine. He's super fluid and mobile without the pop to be an elite defender. Danny Wolf might be the most unique and flawed player in the entire NBA today. When you first watch Danny Wolf play, the first thing that stands out is his legitimately point guard level of ball handling. Watch him right here as he catches the ball on the perimeter and freezes Miles Turner with a hezzy before a quick crossover to blow right by him for a smooth finger roll. In the same game, he does the exact same thing again, but this time on Giannis. There are plenty of bigs who can handle the ball, now more than ever, but few have the tight handles and ball control like Wolf. And because Wolf is 6'10", he's able to mix these dribble moves with a post game that takes advantage of his footwork to further break down his defenders. And as of right now, the game is pretty, but the results are ugly.
All right. So the first part, yeah. So we already got through portion of this video to where we already understand the strengths. We understand what he's capable of on a basketball court. But nobody's in love with percentages. Nobody's in love with the damn efficiency. Nobody is in love with how effective it could be. Nobody's even thinking about it, because the thing is, I'm thinking about incorporating everything that Danny Wolf does right at like on the court with a starting lineup, and court you to we don't have a center. I don't care. We don't got a good roster neither. I'm going all in on dumb shit, because that's what the front office gave us. They gave us dumb shit. They gave us unconventional, outside the box. This is what they gave us. So everybody that's watching my video or that's gonna watch this video need to be thinking about how we gonna make this shit work, and what's our best chances night in and night out to compete and possibly get W's. That's what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about I'm not thinking about who's going to be the said rebounder. I'm thinking about how many rebound opportunities is going to be for everybody. I'm not thinking about who's going to be the said playmaker. I'm thinking about how many playmaking opportunities is going to be for everybody. I'm not thinking about who's going to be the said spot up shooter. I'm thinking it's going to be spot up shot opportunities for everybody in the lineup. Versatility is, if versatility is the name of the game, use it. That's all I'm thinking about. That's all I'm thinking about. That's it. Not thinking about nothing else. So back to this video. Scrub Z, man, what's going on? Make sure y'all go subscribe to my man Scrub Z, youtube.com @Scrub01. Scrub, let me know if we doing a game tonight, bro. Like well, no. Somebody already hit me up. We doing I'm gonna do the Indiana Fever the Liberty Fever game tonight. I'm gonna do that game tonight on the ABSN channel. That's what I'm doing it on the ABSN channel. Yeah, I'm doing it on that. So, yep. Back to live action, man.
Wolf can create these beautiful shots, but he just lacks the touch to be a legitimate offensive focal point. During the regular season, he shot a hair under 50% on layups and was just in the bottom 22nd percentile in isolation. Take a look at this play against the Bulls, for example, where he's getting into the paint with ease and not only opts to go into a difficult shot, but kind of just throws the ball up, hoping to bank it in. You would think he'd be a mismatch nightmare, but instead he's bailing out defenders and hurting his team with frequent shot attempts like this. And while the skills are there for Wolf to be a dual threat in pick and rolls, running the play as the ball handler or playing off of others as a roller, he's been terribly inefficient at both when creating for himself. And as for his playmaking abilities, Wolf has great vision and can make a wide variety of passes. His size, handle, and footwork could allow him to draw tons of defensive attention and open up teammates for easy buckets. Like on this play where he quickly breaks down his defender off the catch, draws in a help defender, and opens up his teammate for an open three. Wolf can use his height and court awareness to see over the defense and make quick decisions, which should keep the offense flowing regardless if he's playing on the ball or off it. But again, just his shot creation, the upside is still just theoretical. You can see the vision of a center that has the offense run through him, but it's just a far ways off. A common knock against Danny Wolf in college was at times he plays with blinders. He picks the action he wants to take and puts himself into tough spots. And to me, it seems that still is the case in the NBA, but with the game being quicker and the players around him moving faster, he currently lacks the reaction speed to make smooth adjustments on the fly. In these two possessions versus the Bulls, you can see that unfold because first, he's running the pick and roll, and for a split second, he has the attention of both defenders. He decides to throw the lob and is in the motion as the second defender already goes back to defend his teammate, and he turns it over. Then he's on the block, sees Claxton cutting to the rim, and commits to a drop-off pass, even though Porter Jr. begins to cut in the middle at the same time, leading to another turnover. Every player has mistakes, of course, but overall, Danny Wolf has not been actually making his teammates better. This season, off of passes from Wolf, Brooklyn shot 40% on twos and just 27% on threes. With a team stacked with guards, Wolf needs to show massive improvement quickly to justify a higher usage, or else he's just going to become a floor spacer long term. And that might be fine. Wolf has consistent shooting mechanics. 77% on free throws this season and near 35% from corner threes. There is an expected drop-off in the transition from college to the NBA three-point line, so this shooting is a good sign. Stretch bigs are always in demand, but as with everything else, there's also an asterisk with this. Danny Wolf's three-point mechanics are highly influenced under pressure. In fact, he hardly shoots threes at all outside of pure catch and shoot. Only 15% of his threes came off the non-catch and shoot variety. On wide open threes, where the defender was 6 feet or further away, Wolf shot 35%. And if the defender was within 6 to 4 feet, it drops all the way down to 22%. Anything tighter than that, and he doesn't really take them at all. Compare these two shots. Very steady game. On shot one, Luka and Wolf.
All right. So you just heard Buddy on the video you just about the percentages how they dropped last year. Just because we only have that 1 year to bank on, bro. Like we obviously talked about it last year. He talked about how percentages drop on catch and shoot opportunities from three for Danny Wolf. He talked about that. He talked about how Danny Wolf can get to a spot, but it's all about the actual decision making when he finally gets there. He the thing that provides a lot more with a certain lineup is one, how the spacing works, and two, the opportunities for everybody else when they cut in and out. So when you have like if you look at times when he played with Yegor, he played with Michael, and he played with eventually MPJ. Danny Wolf knows how to use those type of 3 level threats to his advantage. The thing is that Danny Wolf, in terms of where I would like him to be this year, may be problematic. But at the same time, I don't really necessarily think that it's the worst idea. The reason why I don't think it's the worst idea because the Nets don't really have shit any damn way. So when you're looking at certain plays like the ones that I got on the screen, Danny, what like if you just take a look at the spacing itself, you got Saraf, who's not even an NBA player realistically. If you put Michael in that spot, bro, like now the defense is gonna move up a little bit more. The defense, the defender right here, Vanderbilt is probably gonna move up a little bit more. Dayron, if he's in the game with Danny Wolf, who is in this corner, this has to get guarded because Danny Wolf, in this type of distance, the space that's between him from here and here, he's gonna shoot plus 35% from corner threes. That was from last year. You got Cam Thomas, who nobody has seen or heard from since. That's probably going to be Yegor. And then you got Zaire Williams right here, who's probably going to be MPJ. And then you got Dayron, who most likely is probably going to be Julius Randle. Now, what happens with these situations is now the defense is playing a little bit more tighter. Luka doesn't play defense at all, so honestly, your shots is a lot more wide open in this type of predicament. Michael is going to get guarded heavy over the screen because he's a better shooter than Ben Saraf. So if you plug in the pieces for this type of play correctly, Danny Wolf already has the advantage because now you're leading back Luka, who's the worst defender on the court, and you're telling him to guard, bro. Like you're telling him to basically guard what's basically drive and kick, drive and kick, drive and kick. It's gonna be like all 5 players are gonna have so many options, bro, to drive and kick from not just Danny Wolf, not just Michael, not just MPJ, not just Yegor, not just like a lot of these players are going to have drive and kick opportunities, and I think this is how the Nets are going to play this year. But still, let's get back into this video, because he was explaining all the flawed abilities, from year 1 of Danny Wolf.
Rushes the shot. He barely uses any hips and overcompensates, causing the ball to go too far. On shot 2, he has plenty of time, so he loads his hips and effortlessly gets a shot off with great arc and a comfortable landing where he holds his follow-through with confidence. If you pay attention to his long-range shots, you can see this trend happen again and again. It might just be a confidence thing for now, and if that's the case, he could fix things with more reps. And then the final thing I want to discuss is Danny Wolf's defense, because he's a legit big man who has the foot speed comparable to guards. His defensive ceiling could be extremely versatile. His best quality right now is his rebounding ability, where he uses his great hands to corral missed shots. But he can also hold his own when defending post-ups, where he was in the 98th percentile, and he can keep up with chasing guards. He was 97th and 92nd in percentiles for handoffs and off-screen plays, respectively. But man, he just lacks the extra physical tools to truly be impactful as a rim protector or switch defender. Laterally, he's fast enough to match guards, but he's way behind when it comes to reacting to the offensive player's change of direction. It's not hard for the ball handler to switch their direction and pull up for a jump shot, because by the time they're in the shooting motion, Wolf is just starting to go for the contest. This makes him a liability for teams who want to isolate him against their guards. Take this possession where he switches onto Grimes, who's coming off a screen. He does a great job sticking to him to prevent an easy drive. Grimes backpedals into a jumper, And by the time Wolf contests, the shot is already in the air. Then near the rim, Wolf is way below average in terms of his vertical pop. In fact, he rarely jumps at all on his contests. Like on this drive here, also from Grimes, Wolf tries to contest as the ball comes up, then immediately he just gets out of the way. And more embarrassingly, we can see OG and Anunoby take advantage of Wolf's lack of explosiveness with these two nasty poster dunks. Wolf hardly gets off the ground at all in these two plays. And like his offense, there's so many different things he could do. But Danny Wolf is not particularly great at anything yet to be a true winning player. He is truly a point guard in an NBA center's body, which leads to some fascinating highlights. But it's going to be a while before the rough edges smooth out to reveal anything meaningful. Keep an eye on Danny Wolf for the upcoming season, because if the Nets decide to continue riding this roller coaster, it might lead to the development of the most unique talent.
So basically, what he was saying in that video, I looked at just going over the last excerpts of that video. Basically, it to me it's really all about reps. There's stuff there with Danny Wolf. Laterally, I think in terms of his side to side foot movement, he has it on defense, bro. Like he has it to stay with it on defense, bro. Like with somebody that's just driving. In terms of like vertical, he's not somebody that's gonna get off the ground and gonna affect shots and gonna affect the shooter. That's what we do know. But at the same time, what they ask for somebody that's that's gonna be highly used offensively in a lot of places to stay out of foul trouble. So a lot of that is just like just reading situations, bro. Like everything about Danny Wolf is mostly just about reps and reading situations and reading certain situations, you know. So I personally think that they should give it a shot just based off of the fact that the roster is nowhere near complete. They haven't gone out for any big trades. They haven't gone out for any big free agents. So I'm of the understanding that they want something to shake with the last two drafts outside of the lottery picks. You know what I'm saying? So I would like to think that with the talent with the skill level that's already there, realistically it's just going to be about reps and just understanding and reading more in of the defense, reading more defenders, reading more defense, and reading more of the offense. You know what I'm saying? So I think everything is about reps. You know what I'm saying? Like I would like Danny Wolf to get as many reps as possible this year, and I would like him to start because I would like to get him accustomed to starting minutes because once Julius Randle cut up out of here, we're probably then going to be looking for a starting center. But as of right now, we don't necessarily have a conventional one, and I think that Danny Wolf should be the starting center for this team, but because we're going all in on the strategy, in my personal opinion, and I think that strategy is our best strategy to win. Have as much spacing on out on the court as possible. We don't have any defense. Just give enough effort defensively. Make sure there's a lot of rebounding opportunities for everybody. There's a lot of assist opportunities for everybody. There's a lot of driving kicks. There's a lot of one-on-one opportunities for everybody. There's a lot of dribble handoff opportunities for everybody on the court for between five players, and you don't have and you could pick apart, you know, certain situations with your shooting and your overall offense ability. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, like it's a lot of two man action. It's a lot of two man action opportunity for for all the players on the court with this lineup, and I personally think that's going to be our best chance of winning games on a night-to-night basis if we do that. So yeah. But appreciate everybody chiming in, man. Hit the like, share, subscribe button on your way out. Like I said, I wasn't gonna stay too long. Make sure y'all lock in, hit the all button on the notifications, man. I appreciate everybody. Make sure y'all lock in. I did lose some followers. I thought I was at 370. I'm at 368, man. But hit that subscribe button, man. Just hit that subscribe button. Don't cost nothing to hit it, man. I'm up out of here, man. I'll holler at y'all later.
Brooklyn Nets basketball fans, tap in with Leaf Diggy, the home of Nets visuals. Every Nets game, Leaf is live with play-by-play, instant reactions, player breakdowns, injury updates, and real basketball analysis from the tip-off to the final buzzer. Nets Visuals brings you the energy, the insight, and the full game experience. And when the Nets game is over, the hoops talk keeps going with Leaf is the Lead, covering NBA and WNBA scores, recaps, news, rumors, and the biggest stories around the game. Leaf is a part of the Aboriginal Sports Network, but Leaf is also where you get the full experience on his personal channel, Leaf Diggy. So subscribe today. Nets Visuals, Leaf is the Lead, Brooklyn basketball, and League Wild Hoops coverage all in one place. Leaf is the Lead. Subscribe.